Welcome to BODS Mayhem Hour, your source for all hard rock, heavy metal, new metal, alternative, punk, horror punk, hardcore, rock, and all local bands with your host, John the Bod, a.k.a. the Bodfather.
What's up, guys? It's Lewis here from Alien Weaponry, and you're listening to BODS Mayhem Hour.
The views and opinions of the guest do not necessarily reflect the views and opinions of BODS Mayhem Radio Network, its staff, affiliates, or sponsors. Parental discretion is advised. Welcome to BODS Mayhem Radio Network.
Hey everybody, welcome to BODS Mayhem Hour. I'm your host, John the Bod, a.k.a. the Bodfather, and as always, I bring you guys and gals awesome interviews. Today, it's an honor and a huge privilege to have Lewis from Alien Weaponry, New Zealand's own Alien Weaponry, come out swinging with their debut album entitled 2, which is out now and released via Napalm Records. Tomorrow, if you're in the Tennessee area, Manchester, Tennessee, to be exact, you want to check out Exit Festival, where Alien Weaponry will be playing, and they got a whole slew of bands at this festival that's going to be playing, kicking off, I believe this evening, maybe, or starting tomorrow. But you definitely want to get out.
I think it's kicking off this evening, but we're playing tomorrow.
Right.
Yeah.
Right. Yeah. You definitely want to get out and check out Alien Weaponry, because I finally got to check these guys out October 2nd at Pikeville, Kentucky, at the Appalachian Wireless Arena, and they blew my freaking mind. So I'm telling you, Lewis, right now, you guys are what we need right now in the metal world of fresh, young, new bands and talent out there, man. So you guys are really, really killing it right now. So congratulations on that front, for sure.
Thanks, man.
So let's jump right into this. How's it been working with Freeman Promotions for you guys so far?
I mean, yeah, it's been good. We've been touring with Black Label. We've been, last year came here with Ministry. I mean, it's been good in America, and we've got some headline shows coming up, so it's been real good.
Being a young band and was just on tour with the mighty Black Label Society and Black Dahlia Murder, and people associating you now, this band, as one of the young up-and-coming bands, how does that make you guys feel to know that people are kind of relying on you guys to say, hey, metal's in good hands right now? How does that feel to have that with you guys so far?
I mean, yeah, it's definitely a great feeling, but, also brings a lot of, you realize that you need to work harder to get to bigger places. So that's kind of what we're constantly trying to do, we're trying to get to the next level. And, that's kind of a motivator for us to keep pushing through.
Now, this is your guys' debut album entitled 2. In today's music world, some bands, they only get to put out an EP and an album, then they're done. How does it feel to be able to put out an album, continue to keep writing on how, with everything so crazy in the music world right now?
I mean, things are crazy, but also I just feel like things are different in the music world these days. I mean, people consume music differently, I guess. But at the end of the day, it's like you need to adapt to, the changes that happen in the music industry. And I feel like streaming and stuff has a lot of, has probably helped us get international, whereas 20 years ago it might be harder for us, considering that Spotify and stuff like that and Facebook and Instagram didn't exist. Yeah, it's good and bad,
So having the streaming with today's digital world, this has really helped you guys out, just like you said. I mean, 20 years ago, this wouldn't even been possible to say, well, who is Alien Weaponry, to get your music out there.
Exactly, yes.
How crucial is it to keep the Maori heritage incorporated in your music? And I hope I pronounced that right.
You did pretty good, actually. Maori, yeah. I mean, when we first started writing, we didn't think about it too hard, but when it kind of caught on to people and people started really digging it, we kind of realized that, we've actually started writing about some, pretty important issues. So I guess that's kind of become part of Alien Weaponry, and we definitely want to keep, in future writing about issues like that, writing songs about, things that happen in New Zealand in the past and even currently. I think that'll always be a scene of Alien Weaponry.
And let's, like I said, man, this album too, and plus getting to see you guys live, you guys killed it in a good way, and I mean it in a really, really good way. And I hope this is the sound that we get from here on out from you guys for sure.
I think we're trying to add a few different spices here and there, but, you know, generally Alien Weaponry is going to, you know, we're going to be who we are, and we're going to write this music that we write.
What's impressed or excited you the most about making the debut album entitled To, if anything? Is there anything that sticks out or excited you about making this album?
I think, honestly, just the experience of being in the studio, you know, like the first time a band does that, it's real. I don't know, it's very different from playing live and very different from the rehearsal room. So I guess it really gives you a chance to, like, fine-tune everything and really, you know, work on some parts that maybe you think could be improved on and stuff like that. So, yeah, definitely, you know, going into the studio, it's very good for your creative juices, I guess.
All right, Lewis, so this is kind of a crazy question along those lines, but did it seem like it made the band, I don't know, come together more as far as creating music for this album?
I mean, definitely. It made us think about, our instruments in a slightly different sense. I mean, I feel like the process of writing this album is going to help very much the songwriting process of our next album that we'll eventually write, you know?
How long did it take to write and complete this debut album?
That's a weird one because the band's been going for nearly 10 years. And, I mean, I guess to record, it was kind of recorded in a bunch of different sessions. And, you know, it was probably recorded over a 1 to 2 year period. But the songs, you know, date as far back as when we were, like, 14 and stuff. I think that's one of our oldest songs on the album. It was written when the band members were only like 14 and 16 or whatever. Yeah, the album was kind of a collection of what we've got so far. You know what I mean? A collection of the best that we have so far, because we do have a lot of other songs that didn't make it onto the album for obvious reasons.
So speaking of that, though, songs that you had written previous to this album that didn't make it, are they going to be on the next one possibly, or you guys just want to do a whole slew of just new stuff?
I mean, we're always trying to keep things fresh and keep things new. I mean, maybe some like a riff or something that we, you know, had in a certain song. You know, maybe we'll incorporate that into another song on the new album. But honestly, who knows? Maybe, yeah.
Any tracks standing out more to you than any right now on this debut album? I know you guys are close to these on these songs, and I know it changes every time you listen to them, but do you have any that stick out for you possibly?
People are usually surprised when I say this, but I like the Things That You Know, just because it's got a good flow to it, and I really enjoy playing it live. It's definitely one of my favorites on the album.
Was it hard to choose between the current set of songs, which one would be the first single or video you wanted to release or push first for the album? Or did you have to have outside help to decide on this? Because, like I said, you guys are close to these, man.
Well, the thing is, we kind of released our first single way before the album. So at that point, we didn't even have all the songs, you know, that were going to be on the album written. So it kind of just, you know, we kind of wrote a song the song that was our first single was actually the song we wrote called Uruta. And it kind of came about when we won a competition called Smoke Free Rock Quest. And one of the prizes for that was getting to write and record a music video. And that's kind of how our first music video came about, really.
So at that point, during that time frame, did you guys even think about, say, let's just put out singles, let's do an EP, or let's just do a full-length album? What was going through your minds at that time, possibly, if anything?
I think all of us were wanting to do an album. I mean, we all thought that, like, an EP is... Like, we never really liked the idea of an EP, especially, like, if we're trying to, you know, really gain some footing in the music scene, I guess. I feel like an album is a solid first thing for us to do, you know what I mean?
Lewis, what do you hope everyone takes away from, or message you hope they hear while listening to any of Alien Weaponry's music in general, man? What do you hope everybody gets from it when they start to listen to it?
I mean, I just hope that people might learn something, first of all, from some of the songs that we write, and also we have songs like Holding My Breath that help a lot of people who are struggling with things like anxiety and depression. Honestly, we write music to, speak to people. So if the music speaks to you in a good way, then I'm stoked.
Now, the music video for Blinded was directed by Quantic Pictures. How was working
Quantic Pictures, yeah.
How was working with them on this?
Peter. It was a Polish dude called Piotrek, and some of us call him Peter because it's easier. But he's been working on a lot of our music videos, and he's real talented. He worked on the music video for Kai Tangata, Holding My Breath, and Blinded. Yeah, he's a young dude, and he knows his shit. So, I mean, he's a joy to work with.
Do you guys see yourself still working with him on down the line as well?
Definitely, yeah.
Who produced this album for you guys, or did you guys do it yourself?
It was produced by a few different people. So we kind of did the album in two halves almost. So the first half we did with Tom Larkin, who drums for a band called She-Heart. And the second half we did with Simon Gooding, who is a engineer at Roundhead Studios. And they're both very different to work with, but both, bring out real good results. And also Neil, who is our father/manager, worked on some of the production as well.
Working with these two guys, and I know you guys said that you recorded in two separate times, but working with them, do you think that they got something out of you guys that somebody else may not have gotten possibly?
Who knows, man? I mean, I feel like they were the right people for the job at the time. Yeah, I feel like they just, it's always good to have a fresh pair of ears, listening to things and, being like, what if the bass line went like this rather than that? Just add different flavors to the song.
Who did the artwork or cover photo for this album?
That was a guy called Barney Buick. I hope I'm pronouncing his name right. But he's actually a Scottish dude who lives in New Zealand, and he did work for Iron Maiden when they came to New Zealand. So wow. He's been really good to work with. He did the album artwork for Two. He's done a lot of the tour shirts. I think most of our recent tour shirts were done by him. And yeah, all round, he's been really good to work with, yeah.
Do you still see this band musically growing from where it started at a very young age until now, or has it just been more just of a personal growth for all of you guys involved in this?
Honestly, I feel like the growth is only just starting with the band. I feel like, at every milestone, you see that there's more, mountain to climb, and that's what we're trying to do. We're trying to, get better at writing songs, improve on, what needs to be improved on. I don't think there's ever a point where you just sit there and go, oh, yeah, I've done enough. And, because if you do that, then I guess the band doesn't really have that momentum behind it, that drive. Yeah, we're always trying to improve.
Are you guys writing on anything new right now, or just going to take it easy after this touring and start again, or what's going on?
Well, the plan is for us to wrap up this, current US tour. We've been on the road for about 6 months altogether, touring altogether about 6 months. So after that, we're going to go back to New Zealand for a little bit, have a month off, and then we're going to get straight into writing and recording. The plan, anyway.
In your own opinion, Lewis, what does Alien Weaponry bring to the table for music that's not out there as of right now? I know no one's reinventing the wheel, but what are you guys adding to that wheel?
I mean, a lot of people say that they haven't heard anything like us, so I guess there's that. I mean, we sing in our native language, Māori. Yeah, we're just a new band that's slightly different.
I know I got to see you guys live in Pikeville October 2nd, but what can fans expect at a show from Alien Weaponry who have not got to see you guys live as of yet? What are they going to get when they come to see you?
I mean, prepare your ass for real rough, rowdy mosh pit.
Yep. I'm telling you, man, I'm not saying it just because you're on here. I enjoyed it. I thought this is what we got forward to look to, and this was just great music from you guys, and I'm glad that you guys are bringing it over here to us and everything.
Thank you, man.
What made you want to become a musician? What was that spark for you and your brother? And I know you guys have probably wanted to strangle each other's throats at some point during all this, but what made you want to become a musician, man?
I mean, me and Henry grew up in a very artistic household, I could say. I mean, our dad used to play in bands a lot when he was younger. He always had, like, guitars and amps and shit laying around the house. And, I mean, I guess they always encouraged us to, you know, if we wanted to, you know, play guitar, they were all for it. So we kind of picked up music from a young age and just kind of were always, you know, having fun, jamming, you know, on the weekends we would jam out together on guitars and drums. And, yeah, I guess when we moved up north, we kind of decided to actually start a proper band, you know, me and Henry. And it wasn't even really wasn't even planned to be a serious band, you know. But it just kind of happened like that, and it's pretty much how we started.
What about when you guys met Ethan? What was about him that said, yeah, man, this is a guy that we need a part of Alien Weaponry?
Well, at the time, the reason we wanted Ethan to play for us was because he's the only dude we knew who had long enough arms to reach the end of the bass. That's how young we were. Yeah. So that is literally why, yeah, Ethan became part of it. But, I mean, Ethan's picked up the bass really well, as a lot of people can tell. And, yeah, it's been great.
So far, is there a country that stands out or shocks you guys that Alien Weaponry gets a lot of support from, or your music's even being played, possibly? Is there anywhere that shocks you, maybe?
To be honest with you, America.
Wow.
I'm surprised that people know who we are over here. Apparently, this is a hard thing to get into, but, I mean, we've had a lot of support from dudes like Jose Ming, and we got played on NPR at one point, and that's kind of surprising as a metal band from New Zealand getting played on U.S. public radio, you know.
So is there a band on the bucket list so far that you would like to tour with, or maybe even do one of the old school album split with, possibly, Lewis? Do you have anybody on that bucket list, maybe?
I mean, there's heaps of bands that I want to tour with. I guess Lamb of God is one of my favorites. I mean, Lamb of God, Gojira, just, yeah, like, I mean, I would say Pantera, but that's not really possible. But, yeah, those three, I guess.
Folks, like I said previously, if you are out by Manchester, Tennessee, you're going to go to Exit 111, please get out and check out Alien Weaponry. Give this band a chance. Pick up their new album, too. That's their current album, and I'm telling you what right now, folks, you will not be disappointed. These gentlemen can rock out, and I'm very, very proud to have them on the show and support them as much as I can. So, Lewis, thank you guys so much for your music.
Thanks, man.
How can folks stay in touch with you guys, buy some merchandise, tour dates, this new album? How can they do that so far?
We got a website, alienweaponry.com, that should have all the links to our tour dates and our merch, everything like that. We've got Facebook, Instagram. You can keep updated on the shit we're up to, post photos on there, stuff. So if you guys are interested, hit those up, and yeah.
Before I let you go, good sir, would you care to do a promo for the show?
Yeah, sure can, mate. What's up, guys? It's Lewis here from Alien Weaponry, and you're listening to BODS Mayhem Hour.
Everybody stick around. We got some great stuff coming up. You only hear these interviews right here on BODS Mayhem Hour and BODS Mayhem Radio Network. Please get out, check out our Facebook page. It has our podcast link, YouTube link, and also everything that is BODS Mayhem related is going up on our YouTube page, so you definitely want to get out and subscribe to that, and plus the podcast link. Also, get out and check out Alien Weaponry. You will not be disappointed. Check out their album, too. Pick it up today. Don't wait. Pick it up now. As always, Lewis, I wish you guys the best of luck, man, and keep making us proud, dude.
Thanks, man.
You're listening to BODS Mayhem Hour.
Follow us on Facebook, Twitter, and Instagram.